hopefully everything will be okay. I have dropped the resolution down to 720p, kept it at 60 frames per second, so it should look smooth, but hopefully we'll use a little less bandwidth. Again, I think something wrong with the router, maybe. This isn't the first time it's happened. I'm going to have to get in touch with the landlord and get them to make some inquiries. But we'll give it another minute or so, let everyone find their way back to the stream, and then we shall pick up from the 5 red lights going out. Do I live in a student area? No, not really, but I'm in a shared house. There are other people online as well. Yeah, it's obviously going to be competing signals as well from neighbours and stuff, and you know, it's Virgin. You know what they're like. So, yeah, fingers crossed we'll be okay. Let's get the race back underway. Right, so let's get our driver settings in place and off we go. Okay, interesting start from De Vries there. Bad start for Yuki. I'm not going to issue team orders just yet.
You okay?
Oh, come on! Yeah, that is probably a retirement there for De Vries. And, oh, it's very much a retirement for Tsunoda. Look at that. Got a puncture, destroyed the engine, destroyed the gearbox, pretty much destroyed the ERS unit, and has destroyed the chassis, front wing, and suspension. Ugh. God damn it. Oh, and Yuki's on fire.
And here we've got a yellow flag. Right then, we can take a look now. Okay, so we've got De Vries with not much room to move. And oh, that's obviously far from intentional, but there was contact. And
well, it would have been nice to actually see the contact there, as opposed to seeing it off screen.
And look at the team there. They all knew what that moment meant.
And both cars are out. Oh God, that's it. That's our race done.
I'm okay.
Right, let's follow the action now at turn 7.
Again, it's not showing us the shot. Just seeing all bits of carbon fibre everywhere, but we're not seeing the actual incident here.
One momentary lapse of concentration. And not much that the team can do about that one.
Well, we haven't got time to do another race tonight, because that's going to be another 2.5 hours. at least, because it's Baku, it's a sprint weekend. So we can basically end our race. Let's do something a little different. This is going to be the result of tonight's race, okay? We are out on the first lap with both cars. That is what we're carrying across to tomorrow's stream. But because we saved it right at the start of the race, we are going to reload and run the race, assuming that we didn't just take each other out, in the first sector. So let's create a new save, and this is where we're going to pick up from tomorrow. I'll finish the running of this file, but we're going to load up this one here, which is where we were half a lap ago, and we're going to run this just to fill the time tonight. And this time, I'm going to tell DeVries to stay away from Yuki. Oh, it's still looking a bit pixelated. Well, we've made it further than we did in reality. Just. Let's see what could have been. We're still getting a little bit choppy on the playback. I can only apologise. I don't know why the internet just keeps playing up like this. But hey, we survived the first lap. We're making some progress. And as tempting as it will be to stick with the result of this second attempt here, we are going to stick with the double retirement, because that is what happened. So, and we can't just change the results to say to our liking, because otherwise it's just what's the point in doing a series like this if we're just going to edit out the results that we don't like. It is going to be horrendously expensive, though, for us further down the line. Luckily, we didn't put any of those brand new parts on the car, because they'd have been gone already. So that's one silver lining. The bad news is Yuki is now an engine down, and also a gearbox down, and an ERS unit down. DeVries is not that much better off. He's pretty much down a gearbox. Might get a little bit more life out of the engine and the ERS unit, but they will have taken a whack as well. Luckily, we've got time to get those new parts ready before the next Grand Prix. Just got to hope that we don't destroy those as well. I can't believe we didn't actually get to see what actually happened as well. That's a little frustrating. Right, let's whack up the batteries now.
Use energy.
see if we can start to find a bit of pace. Going to make sure that De Vries actually... Oh! De Vries got taken out there by Magnussen. Or was it Hulkenberg? No, it was Hulkenberg. What's that done to his car?
Now we've an incident here. Kevin Magnussen, it looks like.
Oh, it was Magnussen. Oh, great. Well, that has pretty much ruined De Vries' car, so we're just going to go ahead and retire that. Let's see, what did he do? What did he do to us?
Now we're at turn 11 now. Barely any room to manoeuvre.
Just a big lock-up, slammed us into the wall.
That will have knocked their confidence, I'm sure.
Magnussen just carries on.
The team glued to the monitors and watching their
Well, I already know what I'm going to call
away.
tonight's stream.
We're boxing this up. Box. We're going to retire the club.
At least De Vries, Magnussen has got some damage on his car. See, there's a little chunk of his rear wing missing. I'm assuming he's got some front wing damage as well. He's got a penalty too. Oh yeah, he's missing a big chunk of his front wing. On both ends of it, actually. He's missing both the end plates and a little bit more as well.
Back off.
Yeah.
And now we're going to have Piastri all over the back of us. So no Hulkenberg fuck up yet, but there has been a Haas fuck up, and obviously a very big Tauri fuck up. Evening, Brandon. Welcome to the live stream in all its pixelated glory, because we've got some internet issues tonight, apparently. Very well, thanks for asking. How are you? Out of battery now, so we'll go into top up.
Recharge on.
Copy.
Of course, we're running this just to see what would have happened had we not, taken each other out on lap 1. But we are going to abide by the double DNF. And the answer is, how are we going to fare? Not much better. De Vries managed to do 2 laps before he got taken out by Magnussen. And Tsunoda is off the pace. and struggling to keep Piastri behind him. I'm worried that Piastri's going to hit us at some point.
Recharge on.
Okay.
Even Rossi.
To do lift off.
Okay.
Recharge on. Recharge on now.
Copy.
Let's take a look at what's going on elsewhere on the grid. We've got a battle between Perez and Sainz, the two second stringers of their respective teams. Verstappen 2.5 seconds back in third, Leclerc another 1.5 seconds behind him as well. And he's got the two Aston Martins for company. And the Alpines. Oh, a bit of a train actually forming up behind Leclerc. We've got Alonso behind Stroll, then Ocon, Gasly, Russell, Hamilton, all in DRS range of each other. And then a nice 4.5 second gap to Albon. It's right on board with Fernando. It does seem as though the image quality seems to have stabilised now. Nope, got a yellow flag. Someone has locked up. It's Joe, it's behind us, so it doesn't help us in any way, shape or form. We've got a side-by-side battle for the lead here. Looks as though Sainz is going to come out ahead of that one. We've been passed by Piastri, so let's go back into harvest mode. Rebuild that battery again.
Keep focus. Charge on. Charge on.
Copy.
Charge on.
Save a touch more battery. I don't think you need to stick around, Rossi. This is this result here that we're watching right now is purely just to fill the time because we already tried running this race and we did on the first lap with both cars. So you won't be missing anything important if you don't have to stick. If you don't stick around, we're just seeing what would have happened if we hadn't crashed and lost both cars after 30 seconds of racing. An awful weekend. Yeah, it's not been a good one. We started the season so well with points for Yuki. 10th place in the fastest lap, which I'm still not quite sure how we managed to get the fastest lap in Bahrain, but we did. And then, and as expected, poor result in Saudi Arabia. And I knew tonight was going to be a tricky race for us, but I didn't think it would be an incredibly short race. And the financial ramifications are going to be massive because we are definitely fund limited. And now we have to buy an entire new set of powertrain components for Tsunoda. And possibly De Vries as well. And I said we were going to struggle to keep pace with Albon. He's a long way ahead of us. At the moment, Hulkenberg is lapping similarly to Albon. We can't keep pace with that. And we're just falling further and further behind. We desperately need those upgrades in Baku if we want to achieve anything higher than 15th at the moment. Like I said, the silver lining is that we decided not to put the odd brand new upgrade, the new chassis that we had on Tsunoda's car tonight. We only had the one of them, and we would have lost it immediately. So at least we have that, still sitting in the factory, in the warehouse, ready to go on the car after tonight's race. And then obviously the rest of the copies of that will be made before Baku. But we are definitely lacking in everything at the moment in terms of pace and downforce and ability to follow cars in the dirty air. And we're going to have to learn our car park knowledge all over again in Baku, because we're going to be putting on 3 or 4 new parts, hopefully. So that's going to drop our car park expertise down, or our car park knowledge right down, and that's going to have a knock-on effect on driver prep for Baku, coupled with the fact that we've only got the 2 practice sessions in Baku, because it's a sprint weekend. So not only have we got to learn a new car, we've got 1 less session to get our drivers prepped, and we're locked into Parc Fermé after practice 1. Once we're heading to sprint quality. So it's going to be interesting tomorrow. I'm hoping for some improvement in performance. I'm hoping that we don't have a repeat of tonight. Brandon says, huge fan of starting week and building up from there, as it makes it more fun and not boring. Yeah.
Everything can happen in this
like
race.
I said, I mean, we could have just restarted the race because we lost both cars, literally inside 30 seconds. But, what's the point in doing a series, specifically a hardcore series, if we don't abide by the results and go, I didn't like that, we're going to redo that. We had to do it once, where I did a stream. I think it was here at Melbourne, actually, last year. Was it Melbourne? Season 3 of Aston Martin? Or was it McLaren? Not McLaren, sorry, Mercedes. On this game, we did season 3 on one night, and then I went off and played another save file. Once I finished the stream, having forgotten to save the progress that we'd made that night after the stream, and then I went to load the autosave and it was gone. So we had to rerun the race, and I think we actually finished slightly worse off the second time than we did the first time.
Keep focus, everything can happen, keep focus.
Well, that was simply because I forgot to save the result, and after, which I never do. That was just a complete one-off, and we ended up losing a better result as an outcome of that. So,
And use anti-deploy.
Copy.
give it a little bit more tyre.
On tires,
Try and hunt down Piastri, who's pulled away from us because I left him in full harvest for too long. When did I start this hardcore season? Monday. So you've only missed the first 2 races. This is race 3 of that season. So you missed Bahrain from Monday, Jeddah from last night, and then obviously there's not really much to miss tonight other than disaster at the very, very beginning of this second part of the stream. Right, we're being caught
Use deploy as much as you can.
by Bottas and Zhou. That is humbling. Magnussen has boxed to fix his front wing and serve his penalty. He's gone on to soft tyres. And we can't even keep pace with Oscar at the moment. And for those of you wondering what's happened to the McLaren file, it's on ice. It's not gone completely. I will do something to finish that series off. You know, little highlights package of the remaining races of the season, so you can see what would have happened had we stuck with that. Little error for Farah.
Now we're approaching turn 2. Oh, we've seen a few go off the track.
That was
there.
it.
Really, they must be careful.
Slightly cut the corner. Not that much whoop-worthy stuff there. We're still not catching Piastri here. But we are at least pulling away from Bottas again. Still got a big scrap between these two at the front. Leclerc has broken away from the Astons behind and is now having a big scrap with Verstappen. And the rest of the cars have spaced out a little bit. You've got Alonso 1.5 seconds behind. There's 2 seconds of clear air between him and his teammate. Gasly's now 3.5 seconds off the back. And the Mercedes are sort of intermingled with the Alpines. And I think that might be why they've dropped off the back, is because they're all scrapping with each other. It's, you know, Stroll has been able to pull away from this fight. And Alonso is obviously pushed to get past Stroll at some point. And we are out of battery again.
No DRS available, no DRS available.
But we have got the gap back down to about 1.5 seconds.
Charge on, charge on.
Copy.
And a bit more fuel. That's Joe into the box. Soft tyres for Zhou. So, can we get Yuki onto Piastri? He's now lost another second to Oscar Piastri. Okay, we are definitely struggling here. And there's no damage to Yuki's car, it's just slow. 15th is looking like it might be a struggle tonight.
Box, Yuki box.
Yeah, copy.
And we lost another half second in the final sector alone. Yeah, not looking good. I wonder if McLaren have managed to get some upgrades and put them on Piastri's car, because that is car number 1. Maybe it's just the tyres on Oscar's car are in better shape than ours now. Might be that. Hard to say. But we're going to be off these soft tyres in just a couple of corners.
We need a recharge on, a recharge on.
Copy.
Lift off to avoid instability.
Copy.
We can put a bit of energy on tires.
Copy. R03.
Copy.
Alright, let's see what we can do with the pit stop. Clean, not the quickest, but clean, 2.7.
Track is clear.
And I think we are almost certainly going to get lapped tonight, considering that the Red Bulls are just coming into the last 2 turns now. So we'll just continue burning fuel.
A recharge on, a recharge on.
Yeah, copy.
Let's see what kind of pace we can get once we get these tyres up to 10. Right, tyres are now up to temperature. We're 11.3 seconds behind Bottas. See if we can actually start to close him down this lap. If we can't, we're in real trouble. Real trouble with the pace of our car. Because we're on brand new tyres, pushing them and the fuel. So we should theoretically start gobbling up the tarmac between us and Valtteri. We've only found a couple of tenths so far. Not kind of the really big pace that I was hoping for. There we go, it's an extra 2 or 3 tenths. Okay, we're starting to find some more pace here. We're going to be over a second quicker actually across the line, which is a bit more what I was expecting to see. Let's see, 125.0 for Valtteri. Yuki goes with 123.7, so 1.2 seconds faster. That's a bit more like it. We are closing down Oscar as well, but only by half a second, so depending on when he stops, we might be ahead of him. I mean, he's on mediums, so if he's running a 1-stop, then he'll be going a little bit longer yet. If he's running a 2-stop, he'll be in very soon. Let's keep an eye on Oscar, see when he boxes. And we've now got a 5-way battle in for the lead going on between Perez, Verstappen, Sainz, Leclerc and Alonso. They're all in close proximity to each other. Let's ride on board at the back of this with Fernando Alonso. Looks like he's thinking of throwing it around the outside. The Ferrari says, not today, son. And Sainz's soft tyres are definitely starting to struggle now. I think Leclerc's going to get him pretty soon. And then it won't be long until Alonso gets through as well. And there goes Sainz down a place as Leclerc swoops around the outside. He will have the protection now of DRS from his teammate, but that's not going to help him out for too much. Should be relatively straightforward for Alonso to get Sainz in a braking zone.
Slow down, Yuki. Slow down.
Copy.
Oh, well, Leclerc is immediately on the
Yuki,
back of those
lift
two
off
Red
to
Bulls.
avoid
Okay, we can't
instability.
see exactly what's going on there, so we'll skip forward to Leclerc. Sainz boxing. No, Sainz staying out. And that's a long time to go on those soft tyres. I wonder if these guys are thinking about the one stop from soft to hards. I thought if there were two stopping, they would have stopped by now. And Piastri is in the box. This is important for us. Oh, soft tyres. That's going to be difficult to overcome. And Tsunoda is not going to get him. There is Piastri still in front of us. And with those soft tyres, he's just going to pull away from us. We are, yeah, really off the pace. At the moment, we're going to come out behind Bottas, I think. When Bottas boxes. He's about 21 seconds in that window ahead of us. And that's how long it takes for a pit stop. So, yeah, we're looking to lose place to Valtteri as well here. Alonso still not able to get past Sainz, who is now pretty much living on borrowed time. Those tyres are pretty much died a death now. And he's dropped out of DRS, so we could well see Alonso make the move here and Sainz boxing at the end of this lap. Logan Sargent is in the pits. Alonso around the outside. Just swoops on through. There's no grip left on those tyres. Sainz has got to box this lap, surely. Yes, he does. So this will give him the undercut, and he's gone mediums. He might be able to make those tyres go for a full stretch. We've got Hamilton coming in as well as Gasly as well. Medium tyres for Hamilton. Decent stop. Medium tyres for Gasly, who has to wait for Mercedes to go through before he can be released. Now we're seeing Norris coming in and Hulkenberg. We are so far off the pace of those guys, it's unreal. Decent stop for the McLaren. Hulkenberg has also gone for medium tyres. And has lost a place, I think, to Norris there. There's Bottas, and then Sargent, and Piastri, and then there is us, way at the back. We're 4 seconds off the back of Piastri already. I don't think we were going to crack the top 15 without retirements tonight. Let's go back to the fronts. Alonso hanging onto the back of the Ferrari of Leclerc. Perez is now struggling to keep up with Max. Max is on a push. And you see he went a second quicker than Perez on that last lap. He is definitely trying to break away. Ocon and Russell are into the pits. Medium tyres for Ocon. It's a good stop. Medium tyres for Russell, that's an average stop, didn't look particularly quick. Is Hamilton going to get through? It's going to be close, he is. He's going to get through past his teammate there. So the undercut working for Lewis. Once again, we'll go back to the fronts. And it looks like Alonso is struggling to hang on now. Perez has got himself back into a more comfortable range. Stroll's just being left a long way behind. Sainz has set the fastest lap of the race with a... I'm not sure what the time is. Let's have a look. Oh, he set that a while ago on lap 4, 121.9. I expect to see that get improved upon at some point soon. As Perez makes a lunge, trying to get past his teammate, and does so. Perez back into the lead. Leclerc's tyres looking a little ropey compared to everyone else's. We're actually coming up with some traffic. That is Magnussen. We're only 10 seconds further up the road, 11 seconds further up the road, so Tsunoda's not that far away from getting lapped. Although these guys will box before they get to him, I think, so that will drop him further away and a little bit safer for a while. I'm actually going to give Yuki a push lap.
Use and deploy when you can.
See what he can do on full everything.
Push flat out, Yuki, flat out.
Copy.
Perez is the one who's making the break now, and Alonso is trying to find his way past Leclerc. Got a new fastest lap for Hamilton, a 121.7. That's 2 tenths faster than the previous lap, which was Sainz on lap 4. Looks like Charles Leclerc is going to have a crack at Max into turn 3. He's not going to get the move done here. And Max covers that off. Front. Albon's up to 7th. That's a strong race for him, but he hasn't boxed yet. So if we're this slow and we're on a 2-stop, that's terrible. Okay, new best lap for Yuki Tsunoda, a 1:23.0.
No DRS available, no DRS available.
Okay.
And we are now into the DRS of Bottas.
Charge on,
Okay.
Start rebuilding that battery again.
charge on.
Copy.
Red Bulls are still going at it. And Hamilton up to 7th place now. New fastest lap for George Russell, a 1:21.0. Now that's a quick lap. 7/10 faster than Hamilton's fastest lap. And who gets the DRS? Is it us or is it Valtteri? I think it's Valtteri. I'd like it to be us. No, it was Bottas.
Charge on.
Copy.
Alright, here we go. First of the front runners in that little battle there. To come off those mediums. He's going hard, so this is a 1-stop for Leclerc, which means Sainz is probably 2-stopping, and it's a bad stop. Oh, it's a really bad stop. That is going to hurt. He's got the undercut, but he's also lost about 5 seconds there. He's dropped behind Sainz. Oh, he's lost a huge amount of time. Has Alonso done enough to stay in DRS range? Don't think he has. Oh, he's just in. He's just in. Can he stay in? Maybe. Just. Oh, Alonso just about hanging on to the Red Bulls there. And we're going to see a little flurry of activity in the pits now. Yeah, don't forget Leclerc's tyres were worse than the front than these three by about 6%, so they might go another 2 or 3 laps yet. Albon on those tyres is dropping down the order. He's fighting with Russell at the moment for 9th and 10th. Oh, Alonso looking brave. Can he get that move done? He's got his nose ahead, but he's going to give up the inside line in the final turn. Perez is going to get him back, I think. No, Alonso did get the move done, and it's a new fastest lap for Sainz, a 1:20.7. And Fernando is making strides forward here, trying to get himself into a position where he can actually win this race. Tsunoda now 4 seconds ahead of Bottas, who's still yet to stop, but is also now 4 seconds behind Piastri again. Those soft tyres just too much for us at the moment. And Alonso's in, so Alonso's going to undercut both of the Red Bulls here. Now, can he still get out in front of Leclerc? Leclerc's had a couple of laps on those brand new tyres to go much faster, but they're hard tyres. Alonso's putting on softs. Oh, and he's having a bad stop as well. So that's eaten up any kind of advantage he would have had against Leclerc, and there goes Leclerc. He's through. Stroll comes in. He's also gone for soft tyres. But that really does put Alonso on the back foot now against the Red Bulls. Which of them is going to stop first? As Albon finally makes his stop. And they're both staying out. Okay, so this will give Alonso a chance. Let's see, how far behind is he at the moment? He is 22 seconds behind. If he can find 2 seconds in the next lap or two, which is definitely possible given he's on brand new softs against very old mediums, then he could still come out of this little fight ahead of the Red Bulls. At the moment, it's going to be Sainz in a net P1, but Sainz may well have to stop again. I don't know if he can stretch those mediums all the way to the end. Leclerc's going to the end, and I'm pretty sure Alonso is as well, so we shall see how this shakes out. Perez is now out of DRS range. His tyres below the 30% threshold. They've fallen off the cliff. And if Max boxes first and forces Perez to do another lap, or they box at the same time and they double stack, then it's going to be very much to Perez's detriment here. How you doing, Victor? Good to see you tonight. And it is max boxing, and Perez is coming in as well, so they are double stacking. And it's a slow stop for Max, and that has a double knock-on effect now on Perez. He had to sit and wait. And Max is going to just extend that gap by virtue of the fact that he had to wait anyway. So Max is going to be about 3 or 4 seconds ahead of Perez. But they each lost time on that there. And Alonso is back right behind Verstappen. Perez now out of contention at the moment. 4.5, nearly 5 seconds off this little fight between these two here. No, 3.5. I can't add up tonight. Looking good at the moment for Ferrari, with Leclerc definitely going to the end on those hard tyres, but they will be slow. Sainz, if he can stretch those mediums all the way to the end, will be slow at the end. They have got a bit of a gap to these two here, but expect them to both push through pretty quickly. In my opinion, what is the first facility you should upgrade? Depends on what team you're with and what state your facilities are currently with. If you're with a team that's got a terrible factory first. Because you'll hit a point where you need to produce multiple different parts at once and you'll only have 2 or 3 slots to actually get those parts. And so you just won't be able to do what you need, and inevitably you will have to maybe emergency manufacture some parts because you just don't have the facility to get out what you need. If you're with Mercedes, then I would say probably design center first. Yuki's getting close to his pit window again. And will almost certainly come up behind one of the Ferraris when I box. Still lapping slower than Piastri. Let's really attack our pit window here.
We can push flat out on tires.
Okay.
And Alonso has jumped Max. And sets the fastest lap in the process. Looks like Alonso got DRS off someone who jumped into the pits. Maybe it was Magnussen. Which is why he was able to hold off Max on the start-finish straight there. But you look at Yuki's pace, a 1:23.9. And you look at the pace of the cars that we're hoping to replace one day, and it's a big gap. It's a very big gap. We've definitely got our work cut out for us if we're going to become the dominant team in F1. And double DNFs do not help. Joe boxes, and he comes out. Let's see, how far behind was he? about 4 seconds behind us. He comes out behind Alonso and Verstappen. So we're going to come out just in front of those when we box, which means we're going to get pulled over very quickly. We are lapping faster than Piastri now, but that's only because we are absolutely shredding what's left of the tyres. And look how quickly Alonso and Verstappen have caught up to the back of Leclerc, and look how quickly Leclerc has caught up to the back of Sainz. They've taken over 5 seconds out of Sainz in the last couple of laps alone. Last lap it was 2.5 seconds faster than Sainz. That is scary fast. And even if Sainz doesn't box again, he's not going to have anywhere near the kind of pace he needs to hold off these soft runners. And nor Leclerc, for that matter. Those hard tyres are going to make it very difficult for him to stay with these guys. Maybe the pace will come back to him towards the end of the race, but probably not enough. So it looks like it is a battle between Alonso and Verstappen for the win tonight then. And Leclerc will probably be able to hold on and take third, given that he is still 10 seconds clear of Perez. And we are absolutely going to come out behind these guys now, given how fast they're lapping. So at least we won't have to dive out the way of these two, but Perez might be a car that we have to dive out the way of. Let's box for those soft tyres. Final stop of the night.
Box, Yuki box.
Copy.
Kind of sobering to see just how bad our pace is here. I knew this would be a difficult race given the downforce requirements and the fact that we just don't have downforce really on our car, but I thought we'd at least be quicker than Piastri, and we are nowhere near Piastri, who is boxing. Another set of soft tyres going on for Oscar. And he gets clear before we get there. It's a clean stop, and 2.5 is pretty decent. There's Perez in the background. Now, one good thing about where Piastri's come out is he's going to have to pull over to let the Ferrari through. That's going to slow him right down. And then he's going to have to do the same again for the Red Bull of Verstappen and the Aston of Alonso, which means we can hopefully close up to him pretty quickly here. And because we've been lapped, we don't have to worry about fuel. It's around 1.8 kilos for a lap of fuel here, so we've got 1.5 kilos to play with. The question is, can we catch up to Piastri before we get lapped by Perez? There we are, just appearing in the shot. Gap is coming down in front, but it's coming down right behind us as well. And I think we might get blue flagged before we can get onto the back of Piastri, which is going to drop us another couple of seconds behind. We've only got so much battery left to keep up this kind of pace. And we're actually losing ground again. Piastri's pushing as well. And that's it. We're done.
Recharge on, recharge on.
Yeah, copy.
So big lift.
Step management.
Copy.
And that cost us 1.2 seconds. That lift. And we're already at the DRS range of Perez. He caught us at the worst possible place. I was hopeful we might be able to stay in his DRS, but yeah, we got caught at a point where we lifted and he just shot past us, and we never had a chance of staying with him to the next detection point. Alright, back to the front. The Ferraris are together, and there is Max, just 2 seconds further back. He's broken away from Alonso now. Alonso now nearly 2 seconds further back himself. But it's over for Sainz. His chances of winning this race have gone. Nothing like a little bit of Ferrari on Ferrari action. As Piastri gets lapped by Perez. That's cost him about a second as Leclerc makes the move around the outside of Sainz. And it's through. But Max is getting ever closer. Hard tyres versus medium tyres versus soft tyres. Let's have a look. How are Sainz's tyres holding up? Not great. Verstappen and Alonso burnt their tyres a bit as well. But they should be able to get to the end without too much issue. Although I think Alonso is out of the equation now. I've been muted all that time, haven't I? Yeah. So Sainz now down to third place. Max on those soft tyres was always going to catch him. We do have a yellow flag somewhere. It's Magnussen. His afternoon goes from bad to
now let's take a
even
look
worse.
here at turn 10. Just a bit too wide at that point, but all being well.
And Perez is now through, so Perez is going to be the next car to go after Sainz. Sainz's best hope is that he can stay in Max's DRS while Max gets into Leclerc. If he can't, and Leclerc gives DRS to Max before, and Sainz drops out, he is toast. And he will be immediately caught by Perez. He's hanging on at the moment. Perez has got the gap down to just 3 seconds now. Taking a second out of Sainz, I think, on that last lap. Yeah, took a second out of Sainz on that last lap. We are still not closing in on Piastri. I am going to give him a little bit more tyre, just see if we can actually get 15th.
Push 2 steps harder.
Top 10.
Oh, and that might be the switch there. That might be Sainz getting dropped and Max picking up the DRS. Max has got it. Sainz has just got it, but he's going to lose it in this next sector. And that's it, Sainz has been dropped. So it's now between these two for the win, and Perez is going to hunt down Sainz, and he's going to drag Alonso along with him. So Sainz might drop down to 5th now. Got another yellow flag. And it's Albon this time who locks up.
Now, Alex Albon is part of this. Everything's all right here.
Evening F1 clips.
Well, you can see the lockup, and hopefully there's not too much damage to the tyres.
And there goes Max. And if he pushes hard, he can break Charles Leclerc relatively quickly, I think. Albon going if there's realistic. Yep, that's exactly where he went off this year and scattered a ton of gravel all over the track. And that brought out the first safety car. Alonso's got back in front of Perez. Those two still scrapping away nose to tail, but they've taken another second out of Sainz. Alonso's going to have the DRS on the main straight. And that's going to jump him onto the back of Alonso, on the back of Sainz, probably by turn 3. Almost. A couple more tenths and he's got him. Yuki's got the gap down to Piastri to about 3 seconds. We have got Stroll coming up behind us. Hopefully we can actually get onto Piastri before that happens. Otherwise, once again, we're going to drop back 1.5 to 2 seconds again. Sainz now 4 seconds off the battle for the lead. Yep, like I said, his race is done and it could get worse. He could be down to 5th in just a lap or 2 here. Alonso's almost in range for DRS here. Didn't get it here, but he will get it in the next zone.
stay close to the cars in front. Six laps to go.
Copy.
So weaving left and right, trying to find a way through here. Going for the move. Should get out up the inside here. Does, but he has given Sainz DRS from the main straight here, so the move might not be done yet. Sainz switches for the up and under, and can he get that power down enough? And in fact, no, he loses a place. Perez does get him there. That was incredible from Perez. He was brave on the brakes there.
5 to go. Charge on, charge on.
Okay.
No DRS available, no DRS available.
Copy.
Almost seriously doubt Sainz is going to be able to stay with these two for very long. Leclerc now back in front of Verstappen. We are 2.2 seconds behind Piastri, but we're almost out of spare fuel. Only got a couple of hundred grams to play with now. So never actually lapped at Verstappen's pace on the last lap, but he's out of DRS this lap, so now his pace drops off again.
4 laps to go.
There goes Perez through for third place. These two are going to keep scrapping for that final spot on the podium. I think that's it for Sainz. I think he's just been dropped. He just managed to stay in. He's got the wing open. Here comes Alonso. No, thinks better of it. The back marker of a Williams in front. I think that is Sargent. Yeah, and that's it. Sainz has been dropped now. So, 5th place for Sainz. So close to getting into range of Piastri. Pushing the tyres for all they're worth.
3 laps to go.
It's only 2 laps, Yuki, because we've been lapped. I need to stop burning fuel in a moment. As soon as I hit 1.8, we've got to turn it down. Please get in range before then.
Overtake button.
Copy.
Just Throwing everything I've got here to try and get into the DRS. That will make things a little bit easier for us.
Recharge on, recharge on.
Yeah.
Final lap. Max has a 1.1 second lead over Leclerc. It's looking like he might be able to take this home. We've just about got into the DRS. We've got to turn the fuel down.
Lift now.
Copy.
If ever we needed a mighty lap from Tsunoda, it's this lap.
Charge on, charge on.
Yeah, copy.
Last lap.
Max is pulling away from Charles. He's finally got the break he needed. So Max is going to win this. It's still anyone's guess who's going to get third between Perez and Alonso.
Use deploy, use deploy.
Okay.
This is our last opportunity to get past Piastri. Needing to be brave on the brakes. He's too far back. Maybe we can scare Piastri into making a mistake on the final corner.
Over the finish line, and today's winner.
Max wins. Perez holds on for third. And we are going to take 16th in a race that means absolutely nothing, because this is a what-if race, seeing as we retired after 30 seconds in the actual race itself. There we go, 16th place and a severe lack of pace. Red Bull first and third, Alonso so close to a podium. Leclerc should have probably boxed a little bit earlier if he was going to go onto hard tyres. Sainz should have boxed a little bit later if he was going to try and stick with the mediums. And in the end, it didn't really matter what we did, because we didn't have any pace. And as I say, we retired both cars in the first 30 seconds. So this means nothing, unfortunately. Right, let's skip through. That is the end of tonight's stream.
Nick de Vries's day.
I will be back tomorrow with the actual proper classification of what happens, because I will run the rest of what should have happened tonight, you know, after the stream finishes. And then we've got some upgrades for Baku, so hopefully we can find a little bit more performance, a little bit more pace, and maybe get Yuki a little bit closer to being able to score some points here and there, because at the moment it's not looking good for us. We are a long way off where we need to be, and the expense of having to replace an entire powertrain unit at some point later in the season for Yuki, that's $8.5 million. That is going to take a huge amount of money out of what we could do with car development. So I think what we'll probably end up having to do at some point this season is just stop developing this year's car, focus very heavily on research for next year, and it will mean that this will be a very painful season, but hopefully it will give us a little bit more of a chance for next season. So yeah, like I said, that's all for tonight. I'll be back with Baku tomorrow. Until then, thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more F1 Manager very soon.